Horror isn't really the best genre for mangas. Therefore, I am personally going to read some horror mangas that I found on a top 30 best mangas of all time, top 10. I handfully picked the ones with the shortest chapters because I am very lazy and I need a video out. Starting off, we have Tomie, boner. What do you get when you have a mentally ill loner and give him a boner? Junji Ito's timeless classic tale about a girl who's basically immortal and manipulative. Why did he write this? He wanted to create a bizarre tale of a dead person returning to life as if nothing ever happened, inspired by the phenomenon of the lizard tail regeneration thingy. He also stated that Tomie is a story about a girl so hot that people want to kill her. Well, starting off, every single panel of this manga that features Tomie is probably like one of those e-girls profile picture on Discord. I mean, no shame, but have some originality. Let me just give you a summary of it because I don't really want to make this a video about Junji Ito again. Sorry, Mr. C, for swearing a lot last video. I love you. Chapter 1 starts with Tomie being dead like chop chin. But wait, she's back and she's different now. As in seeking revenge, you know. People try to kill her again and then apparently eats her. Then she just turns into a rock. She doesn't really go away. That's why we have like 20 chapters of this manga. Chapter 2, we meet Tadashi. His girlfriend gets cucked and Tomie brands as Reiko, like she's making a new Instagram account. She cucks someone, manipulates everyone in the room, and dies again. Oh, and the girlfriend gets a kidney transplant from Tomie, but the kidney is growing a whole human. It continues with the kidney turning into Tomie, but apparently Yuki, which is the girlfriend, is totally fine with it. It's just like a normal Wednesday for her. Doctor starts to experiment on her, and then she is a head in a jar. Rizzles up. What is this script, man? Rizzles up the doctor, and bam, her body is back, and the doctor instantly catches feelings. Shit, I'd be too, not gonna lie. Fucking worst script in the world, man. Then Yukiko, who the fuck is Yukiko? Then Yukiko starts turning into Tomie too, practically like a pyramid scheme, but for personalities. Other than that, that's practically like the whole manga. It's like one of those villain of the week thing, but like with a hot, sexy, manipulative lady. Oh la la! People fight over her, get jealous, kills her. But then she just regenerates from literally anything, body parts and stuff. Rinse and repeat across multiple short stories with bonus mutations, clones, and body horror, and you get Tomie. Tomie. Don't get me wrong, this isn't a bad manga. In fact, the art is insane. Junji Ito could draw me wonking my willy and I'd still read it. Therefore, I'm putting this on the spook meter as a 5 out of 10, dragging it across A, just because I would probably do the same for Tomie. It's not really scary, but it's because I am personally terrified of manipulative women. And they say you attract what you fear, so manipulative girls, please add me on Discord. It is Beska0915. I listen to Nirvana, the Silent Hill 3 soundtrack, and Sewer Swap, a perfect candidate for you guys. Just waiting for my application to get approved. Berserk, the manga with the symbol you see on everyone. You know, the branded tattoo that nobody really even reads the manga to know the actual context of it. I don't really want to talk about it that much because it's really a manga you have to read all 300 plus chapters. So I'll just give a shitty summary about it instead. Berserk is set in a medieval world where there is rapists, pedophiles, monsters, and demons. Main character Guts has trauma, yet he keeps moving forward. Other than that, the action is really good as you can get flipping pages. The world building is absolutely amazing, and the art, wow, it's great. Rest in peace, GOAT, Kentaro Miura. Rest in peace, GOAT. I'm glazing this shit a bit too much, but most of the fan base for this manga is just the average 14-year-old on Reddit who thinks Guts is literally him because he went through the hardest year of his life. His crush ignored him in maths class. On the other hand, another shitty summary made by me to make you read the manga is Monster. Well, first of all, let me just tell you about one of my favorite mangakas, Naoki Urasawa. Most of my favorite mangas are from this guy, Billy Bat, 20th Century Boys, and etc. The first time I've read 20th Century Boys, I finished it in like a day or two because it's that engaging. I recommend it a lot. Now I read like one chapter per every 6 months. Time flies by when you were a weeb. Monster is a slow burn psychological thriller. So I have no idea why this is on the list. It's like it's not even scary. I guess it's just like the horrors of what people are capable of creating themselves or something like that, but the story follows Tenma, which is like the greatest guy in the world apparently. If he sees a sick guy on the road, he will instantly sacrifice his life for him. Then he makes one decision and bam! It turns into a nightmare that spans years. The manga is all about tension. Every chapter peels back a new layer of its mystery, which I like it. It's gripping and deeply human, the kind of story you think about long after you close the book. Downsides? People keep telling you it's peak fiction every 5 minutes. Yes, it's amazing. Yes, it's genius. But if I have to hear one more guy compare himself to Johann Liebert, I'm gonna start handing out monster volumes as restraining orders. Final verdict, both of these are S tier. What's up here? Oh, I can see. In terms of manga, but spook meter, that's a shit 3 out of 10 for Berserk, 2 out of 10 for Monsters. I did not pee or poo my pants at all. Alrighty, are your tidies still whiteys? We have here Ibitsu. I'm just going to spoil the entire manga so you don't have to read it. Well, practically, it's a story of a goth girl visual kei cosplayer who crawls out the trash and wants to become your new sister. We have the main character, let's just call him main character guy. He spots her in the garbage, pale skin, dress, and cuts on her arms. Then she hits him with the question, "Do you have little sister?" Main character guy unknowingly says yes. Too bad, main character guy. She is a local urban legend where if you say yes, she will become your sister, and if you say no, you will die. Main character doesn't know about this yet, unfortunately. At first, he thinks it's just one of those creepy, spooky encounters, but Trash Girl, yeah, that's what I'm calling her from now on. Trash Girl starts showing up everywhere. She's digging through his garage, finds some porn his friends gave him, and knows when he's gooning. And speaking of his friends, they're like fucking weird, man. Like, I don't know, man. This whole manga has subtle tones of, whoa, you have a little sister? You can have an incestuous relationship. Okay. I know this incest little sister thing is like a common trope within the gooner industry of anime. Shit, I was a weeb and I even started my whole anime journey in one cool anime called Aramaga Sensei. But what I will never understand is the fucking stupid ass story plot of the main character wanting to fuck their sister. Like, why is incest this reoccurring side quest in anime? Anyways, we meet main character guy real sister, and instantly trash girl gets jealous. Hijinks occurs and the real sister finally meets her. Trash girl threatens her, she stabs herself and eats an eyeball. Don't really know what was going on in this chapter, but it's okay. And then, ooh boy, this is where this shit just becomes like a big old TMI. Sister piss pans and like, yeah, you don't really have to do all this shit, Mr. Whoever mangaka. Come on, man. I just wanted to read some like horror mangas, but like now I just see your disguised kink. Anyways, trash girl almost irons her vajayjay, but main character guy jumps in and saves her. Then trash girl is basically like adoring main character guy and tells him that he'll do whatever to be his little sister. I don't know, man. Why doesn't the main character guy just ask her to piss off or something like that? He says, "You're not my sister!" And then she just starts collapsing like she's allergic to rejection. They call the police, but it's one of those tropes where, whoa, everything is normal. Like Phineas and Ferb, you know, but I don't know. Well, one thing that I found funny was not even the manga. It was a comment on the super legal site that I read this on saying, "Why am I reading this before sleeping?" Like, dude, it's not even scary. Things escalate. Real sister learns about the curse. Trash girl finally starts killing people. At this point, I'm like kind of on her side because the characters are so stupid. On God, I can fix her. She plays tag and hide and seek with the sister, and yeah. Eventually, we get her real name, Remina, which means this is now the second video where I've talked about a short manga that involves a girl named Remina. I have 2 pennies. She's got the typical tragic backstory, but I couldn't really care less about this manga at this point. Anyways, it ends by everyone dying, the main character guy dies, and the urban legend continues. Weird as manga. Sorry I'm not into incest, unfortunately, so this is not peak for me. There are some horror aspects and the art is pretty good, but you can't really ignore the fan service of this shit. Spook meter, 4 out of 10. Just, and I'm dragging this all the way down to D rank. Be very afraid of Kanako Inuki as like if Goosebumps, but like the evil version of it. It's a series of short horror stories with Kanako Inuki's nice art, big eyes, big expression, all that stuff. Chapter 1 sets the tone. 2 kids, it's one of their birthdays. She gets no present. Flash forward about 1 billion years. They're both old now. Some random kid starts rage baiting the old woman, which was the second girl, but plot twist! This kid is actually the birthday girl who never got gifts, except she stayed young this whole time. Chapter 2 is just uncomfortably wild. We've got a bratty little girl, a creepy old dude who turns out to be an evil genius with an age potion. It's weird that she was 5 years old this whole time. Anyways, the potion turns her into an old woman and then a mummy. Chapters 3 through 6 are a grab bag of short self-contained stories. A lot of them are this horror for babies, ugugaga shit. I really like the art style though. It's expressive, kind of cartoonish, which makes the horror feel like a kid's nightmare. Some of the endings hit with a bittersweet twist, showing that Inuki knows how to mix heart into her horror. At the end, there's a little author summary that's genuinely cute. It's a weirdly wholesome cap to a spooky set of tales. Final thoughts. It's not really terrifying, this isn't going to haunt your dreams or anything, but it's got charm. I'd put it in B.5 rank, with a 3 out of 10 to the spook meter. Creepy enough to enjoy? Yeah. Panorama of Hell, a 1986 horror manga by Hideshi Hino, one of Japan's most infamous horror mangaka. Who is Hideshi Hino? Well, he worked on the Guinea Pig movies, so that's all I have to say about him. Imagine if a manga was just one long fever dream told by a man who paints with his own blood. Our narrator is this unnamed guy who lives in a filthy apartment with his family, all of whom are various shades of broken. His life work, painting the panorama of hell, using his blood as paint like it's some DIY art project. From there, the story spirals into a series of grotesque monologues where he describes his abusive childhood, his dysfunctional parents, and his messed up relationships. All illustrated with hyper-realistic horror imagery. You're not reading a plot, to be honest, so much as being dragged through a psychological sewer with occasional stops for gore, crime, and depravity. I actually like the art. It feels like someone is losing themselves into insanity, which really fits into the story. The horror is not really through scary jump scares, but it's the slow, gnawing feeling that you're inside the mind of someone you shouldn't be listening to. It's really one of the mangas of all time. I'm giving this 5 out of 10 on the spook meter, and I'll give it a B rank. Now, there are a couple of horror mangas I'm not covering in detail, which are Fraction, Mr. Arashi's Amazing Freak Show, and God's Child. Not because they're bad or irrelevant, but because they both dive into heavy themes, including sexual assault, and honestly, I don't think I can cover those subjects. This is like super funny comedy channel Desk 0915. Sorry, bozos. 9 out of 10 on the spook meter, D ranking for all of those except for God's Child. I'll put it like a C. These. I really like the art of it, but don't read it. It's like generally fucking dog shit. Fuan no Tane, or Seeds of Anxiety. Anxiety! Like that Doichi song. It's that kind of horror that doesn't explain itself. It just walks up, whispers spooky sort of stuff, and leaves you. The series is by Masaki Nakayama, and instead of being one long plot or whatever, it's a collection of super short, or I would say average length, stories or episode. Sometimes it's just 2 or 3 pages and a spooky face at the end. Think urban legends like that Trash Girl manga that we talked about earlier, but without all the incest. It knows exactly how little it needs to show you to make your brain do the rest. Like some others, and not me, who only reads longer form horror mangas like Tomie or Monster, this feels like whiplash. You're expecting setup, characters, backstories, the usual breadcrumbs, and the mangaka just says, here's the guy, and here's scary. It's very minimalistic, taking all the spaces we all recognize. Stairways, empty classrooms, office corridors, and all that jazz, you know? What makes it different from the usual jump scares is how the mangaka makes it short. There's not really time to rationalize anything. It's giving your brain a job to work overtime to analyze what's happening and solve the mystery that was never designed to have answers. Did I like it? I don't know, maybe. It's okay. And if you like Fuan no Tane, the same mangaka Masaki Nakayama also made PTSD Radio, which is kind of a spiritual successor. It's still horror told in short bursts, but with a more connected thread running through it. Think of it as Fuan no Tane's older sibling that's been through some stuff and now tells creepier, longer stories. A rank in spook meter, and I'm giving this a 7 out of 10. Oh god! So, what have we learned today? Some horror mangas are just shock value in disguise, fetish art wearing a spooky mask. The rest, honestly, kind of mid. If you're the type who gets scared by your own reflection, maybe this will work on you. But for me, I wore my big boy pants today, so I was not scared at all. Horror's like comedy, it's all subjective. I'm a complete coward, but Alright, that's it for me. I'll see you in 2 months for the next video. Peace out.